What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. The Miami Heat just took a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Milwaukee Bucks at home, 119 to 114. Despite Giannis Antetokounmpo having 26 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and a triple-double, did have 6 turnovers, got to clean that up. And Brook Lopez dropping 36, 11 rebounds on him with 3 block shots. That was not enough to overcome Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, 56 points on 19 for 28 shooting, 15 for 18 from three-point land, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, throw in 1 block for good measure. Jimmy Buckets was absolutely on fire, toasting these guys. And you know what? Milwaukee Bucks, Coach Bud, you play around with fire, you're going to get burnt. Pun intended. Pun intended. Yes. You play around with fire, that Miami Heat fire, you're going to get burnt. And that is exactly what they did. Despite Jimmy Butler's valiant efforts and willpower, and willed that team to this victory, the Milwaukee Bucks were in position to win this game with a couple minutes left, and they squandered the lead. They squandered the lead, and this is what happens when you play with fire. That goes to you, Coach Bud, and Milwaukee Bucks staff. Now, we all know Giannis got injured and didn't play 2 games and finally came back today. Missed game 2, missed game 3. Return here for game 4. Now, I don't know. I was hearing a lot of conflicting information, and maybe the Milwaukee Bucks fans, the people living in Milwaukee, can shed some more light on. I started hearing that Giannis said he wanted to play at least by game 3. Giannis was trying to get back on the court, and they wouldn't let him get out on the court. Or I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know if they were both in agreement not to play game 3. I don't know. But I knew that they were playing around with fire if Giannis was able to play or willing to play, and they did not put that guy out on the court as soon as possible and deal with the whatever it was, tailbone bruise, whatever it was, tailbone contusion, I don't know. But you're playing with fire because you're going against a Miami Heat team who are better, which is a team that is better than what their record and rankings display. And you got a guy like Jimmy Butler who has been known, especially in the playoffs, to turn up to another level on folks. Now, I'm not saying that he's dropping 50 every game in the playoffs or historically in the past has dropped so many 50-point games. But what I'm saying is that the dude will get hot. He can play both sides of the floor, and he can really impact the game and put a team on his back any given night. And you play around with fire, you're going to get burnt, knowing they have a guy capable of doing that any given night. And now you find yourself in this 3-1 lead. Now listen, the Milwaukee Bucks were my pick to represent the Eastern Conference and the NBA Championship. And right now it's looking like it's in jeopardy. But with that being said, given the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks were in position to win this game, squandered it. Kudos to Jimmy Buckets and the Miami Heat, though, taking nothing away from them. And given the fact that even down 3-1, there's not a doubt in my mind that the Milwaukee Bucks are still the better team, and the Milwaukee Bucks have the best player on the floor in Giannis Antetokounmpo, I feel confident, not super confident, but I feel confident that they can come back from this 3-1 deficit and still win this series, because I do believe they're the better team and have the best player. But they are going to have to play with desperation, because while the Miami Heat it's normal for a team to go up 3-1 and lose the next game. I've seen it happen a lot, but the Miami Heat aren't going to make it easy for them by any means. Them boys is hungry. Jimmy Buckets is the hungriest one on that team. And Coach Spo is a much better coach than Coach Bud. Bud is I thought people, the year the Milwaukee Bucks won a championship, before they won that championship, remember, Bud was under the hot seat when they were down in the finals. And they came back, and then, everything kind of subsided. The airways cleared a bit. The clouds parted for Bud. But I don't think he's a good coach, man. I don't. He fails to make adjustments. I don't know some of the rotations he puts out there at times. I don't understand some of the things he does, and I feel like he's been pretty bad this year as a coach. But you play with fire, you're gonna get burnt, and that's how you find yourself up in this position. If Giannis was able to play in Game 3, he should have played because you would have had a chance to win that game. Just like you had a chance to win this game and squandered it. But you know, now you're in this position. You got to crawl your way out of it. You got to fight your way out of it because Jimmy Buckets ain't going nowhere. He's here to stay. And if you want to win this game, you're going to have to see him 3 more times and take him down with his supporting cast. Because he is going to rally his group, and he's going to preach to them the time is now. Don't let them build confidence. Don't let them build momentum to try to balance the scale in the series right now. Let's put them away. Very disappointing for the Milwaukee Bucks, man. I am not happy about this. But like I said, I still feel confident that they can come back and win. If they don't, there goes my brackets gone to shit. Boy, this has been interesting. And you know what? I call out the mainstream media a lot for a lot of the BS they say and the misrepresentation and the false narratives and the revisionist history. But Nick Wright and Chris Broussard been going back and forth, and Nick Wright kept saying the Milwaukee Bucks are in trouble with the Miami Heat. This is not the matchup they want in the first round. And they don't even got Tyler Hero. That's the other thing. He out with a broken hand. He probably ain't, unless they make it to the finals, I don't expect to see him return. But Nick Wright was right. Now you find yourself in this position. What does it say? Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. And like I said, I still think the Milwaukee Bucks are a better team, but this is the risk that you take. These guys, man, these injuries, you gotta lace up, man. You gotta fight your way through it if your team needs you. And sometimes when you decide to get out on the court by a collective decision or your decision, sometimes a little bit too late. But they still have a pulse. And they can still get the job done. They absolutely can. But Lord, if I'm a start player and I say, hey, I want to go out in the court, I'm ready to play, I can do this, and the doctors are like, no, 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 I'm going out in the goddamn court. I don't give a damn what you say. I am going out on the court and try to stop me. Try to stop me. And you better not put me on the DNP list. Because I'm going to go walk out on the court and you're going to have to talk to league executives and whoever you got to talk to about why your roster submission doesn't reflect the players that are active. Because I'm going to be out on the court. I've seen a lot of greats do that. They tried to talk to Michael Jordan. He said, what the hell with that? I'm going out, man. I feel fine. Other players, man, they tried to tell Larry he couldn't play. They tried to tell Bill Walton he couldn't play. All this stuff. Man. Playing with fire, you're going to get burnt, bro. Fool dropped 56 on them boys. And nobody could do a damn thing about it. All over the court, giving them work. Playoff bucket style. Playoff Jimmy bucket style. That was the Miami Heat personified. Butler was the Miami Heat personified. Scheiße. So all I gotta say about it, man. Y'all let me know what you think about it. Do you think the Milwaukee Bucks are done? Do you think they still have some life in them? Do you think that they can get out of this? Do you agree with me that you think the Milwaukee Bucks are still the better team and have the better player, but they're going to have to fight their ass off to get back into this series? Let me know what you think about it. What did you think of Jimmy Buck's performance? Would love to hear your opinion. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Catch you on the next one. We out, baby.